Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're gonna be reacting to
Unpopular K-pop opinions, because Soobin's fan call was a paid hostage situation. Yes, it was.
Your sister's going to jail. Have a little compassion.
And would you stop taking pictures of yourself? Your sister's going to jail.
I feel like I'm gonna barf.
Good, throw up.
so
Hi,
is it considered
TXT
like a
Soobin got
viral moment?
Kind of, you're talking about it.
explicitly harassed on a paid fan call.
And we're talking like, what, third time right now about it?
Yeah, because to me, I feel like talking about it. Maybe I guess these phone calls, they're shared online or they're private.
It's private, but the people that call, they've screen recorded because they think it's cute.
See, that's the thing. I feel like we shouldn't hype that person up for sharing that. Like,
I'm sure there probably is even worse fan calls. They just never make that light of day because people don't record it. Because if you only see what's recorded, not only what's recorded, what's also posted on social media. So like, there's two factors: you gotta you gotta record it. B, you gotta not only record it but also post it. Some people, they get a little ashamed, they don't post it, maybe. So I don't think what we've seen is even the worst of it. I think there's been way worse than that.
And days later, he and Taehyun basically confirmed they were hit as trainees. Both things can be true at once. Fans crossing lines in 2025. And the industry pretending hands-on discipline was just the times. It's not cute, it's not fan culture, and it sure isn't old school training. It's abuse at both
Now, just the times. I mean, yeah, it's not cute. I get it. And 2015 is kind of late for just the times. But like, in the 90s, before that, it was acceptable. I mean, I guess in Korea it was acceptable in 2000s, 2015, so I don't know. To kind of, I've gotten the belt before. I feel like that was just how the parents parented and parents, coaches, whatever. So
how long the son? What does have to do this?
no, because they were scolded. They were basically got whooped for misdancing.
They got whooped or scolded?
Whooped. Hit.
Who hit them?
The coach. I don't know.
But I don't think no, this is not only. I think there's a double standard. It's different when your parents are doing and it's okay as a form of discipline.
This was a form of discipline.
Yeah, but that's like corporal punishment because now this is an outsider. This is not a family. This is not. I don't know if the family
I-
represents that.
I'm just saying, I think there was at one point where that was acceptable. 2015 is kind of late for that point. I feel like that point is a little bit like in the 90s, maybe. I don't know if like, I think in 2000s it kind of started changing where it stopped being
Yeah, I think
acceptable.
so.
So considering that, TXT debuted in 2018-ish.
It really depends what the schools are still doing because that's where I think they kind of like pull back.
Yeah, like back in the Soviet times, this wasn't happening when I was in school. Back in the Soviet time, my parents said that like, if you like misbehave in class, you basically have to put your hands on the table and the teacher would hit it with the ruler. So that was the discipline back in the Soviet times, So South Korea, they're backward. So, it's not right. I'm not saying it's right. It's just
not
it
people
was
have
the
different
culture.
attitudes nowadays. Even with spanking, like if a parent can spank their kids, I think there's a line. It becomes like, okay, this is like very bad. Like there's something like you have to see it that okay, you crossing the line where they say okay, this is unacceptable.
I'm just saying, it seems like that was acceptable back then, but she's challenging that, which is, I mean, you can say it's wrong, and it is wrong, but if that was the culture back then, that was the culture. I mean, if everybody did it,
Why is it
everybody did it.
considered wrong?
I don't think you should. I don't think that's the best way to
But
teach someone.
doesn't mean it's wrong?
I think it's wrong. I don't think you should like. I don't even think the parents should whoop their kids either. But then again, I don't know.
Because
How,
then
how
there's some
much
kids,
the
there's some
the
kids you look at.
push. Yeah, I
Sometimes
don't
there's some
know.
kids you look at them and say
I
you
don't
need to get your
know.
ass whipped. a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. Those patience is not always. So it's it seems one way on paper, but when you have to deal with it, I think obviously why the kids get scolded and kids get whooped here. I think it's the teachers run out of patience, which is again, yes, I'm not saying it's right, but goddamn, like, try imagining yourself in that position where you're showing the same move, this and that, and the person 20 times can't get it right.
Because listen, what's the difference now when the kid, let's say like you're an adult and you're in jail and then you get hit by the CO?
Because you're not listening
Yeah,
for
'cause
this.
you're a grown ass
It's the
person.
same thing. It's the discipline, yeah. CO, yeah, they're gonna hit you the same way, yeah. What are you gonna make an argument? Oh yeah, you shouldn't get hit because it's not right.
Because to me, how I often see it is like, okay, how many times do they have to tell you until like, okay, they have to like give you some negative reinforcement to let you know this is not okay, and you're wasting people's time. Because I think we just see it when the incident happens, but we don't know, okay, what's the buildup of that? Because of course it looks bad when you're hitting someone so innocent, like for the first time, who don't know what they're doing. But if the person was explained several times, and there's
I
no
still
effort.
don't think they should whoop them in this setting. I think in this setting they should kick them out of the group. If the person is just really lost cause, don't whoop them. Just kick them. I don't think whooping is the right way to go about it. It's not. It.
Because back in the day, the coaches, like for the
Oh.
Olympics
Oh my
and all that, were
God. Oh.
they
Oh.
the tactics they
This is
used?
nothing. But not even
Uh-huh.
back in the day, like 15 years ago, like football coaches, the discipline they do on the kids. This is nothing.
Ends of the pipeline. First, the
Very
fan call
tricky.
mess. A fan pushed a sexual.
It is tricky. That's like we always sit on a high horse when we judge these situations. Like whenever, not even about like whooping, is like a lot of times. I can't come up with an example off the top of my head, but a lot of times we sit here, we watch these videos, this or K-pop news, and we sit here, and especially I think more so with K-pop Spy, because she's always like right to be on the right moral side. She always takes that right moral stance, and that's fine. There is that right moral stance, but what I always try to do, and I always play a lot of devil's advocate. I try to put myself in those shoes. Why that person did that, what they felt, why they need to do that. It's not always straightforward. I get what is morally right, but if putting yourself in those shoes, why you made that decision at that time, it's easy for us to judge because we're not in that situation. When you're in that situation, it's just not. It's not
I guess
black or white.
I guess
There's a
that
lot of gray.
I think also there must be an understanding to what are the kind of forms of discipline that these places take. Like I would have to know I'm signing up for that. Like for example, if I go to the army, seeing from based on the movies and the videos.
What happens in the army?
Yeah,
Yeah.
if you don't do something right, I know they're gonna kind of beat you up a
Yeah,
little bit.
yeah.
I'm prepared for that because I understand that, but I don't know if they necessarily understand this is part of the disciplinary actions that would happen to them if they don't get it right.
I think they understood that because even then they said that, oh, that was just the times. So they understood that was the culture, and I wouldn't be surprised if that was what was happening at home, that the parents would discipline the same way too.
Balance game at Soobin and referenced a fake explicit tape rumor tied to a deep-faked audio clip about Yeonjun. Soobin froze, didn't answer, waited for the timer to die and then got out of there. That's textbook harassment. Cornering someone in a paid one-on-one and baiting them with explicit content they never consented to. The fan was banned afterward. But that doesn't erase the fact that staff didn't cut the call on the spot. If your moderation lets an idol sit there in visible discomfort while someone throws explicit bait, your protocols are trash. This wasn't ambiguous flirting. It was a targeted deepfake-fueled provocation, and it never should have reached his screen. Deepfakes are a whole epidemic in Korea right now. The government literally had to crank up the penalties because people keep cranking out fake explicits, and it's wrecking lives on the daily. So when some idiot drags that into a fan call, they're riding the same disgusting digital crime wave that lawmakers are scrambling to shut down. Seriously, if companies are gonna sell intimacy like it's merch, then need real moderators, real cutoff buttons, real protection in the moment. Otherwise they're basically cashing in on danger and hoping their idols can sit there and smile through it. Companies let fans go wild on fan calls because filth pays. These calls aren't cheap. They're designed to filter for the most parasocial obsessive wallet-busting fans. Think about it. Only the ones deep enough in delusion to drop hundreds on 90 seconds of eye contact are even in the room. The companies know this. They know they're not selling casual interaction. They're monetizing obsession. And when you build a system around rewarding the most unhinged, you don't get polite chat about the weather. You get people who think they've earned the right to pry into your sex life or shove deep fake trash in your face. So why don't labels clamp down harder? Because cutting calls short equals refunds, complaints, bad PR from their own whales. These platforms would rather let idols sit in discomfort for a minute than risk upsetting the person who just bought 50 albums to secure the slot. It's capitalism disguised as fan service. The company profits off unstable levels of attachment, then acts shocked when those attachments turn invasive. That's why you see the same pattern over and over. Violations happen, idols look shaken. The fan maybe gets banned, and the company shrugs it off with no systemic fix. They built a business model where the customers most likely to cross the line are the ones most valuable to them. Now the trainee story. On a live stream, Soobin brought up how he and Taehyun were expected to learn crazy choreo as kids and got hit when they failed. Taehyun popped into chat and basically backed it up.
I don't really have anything to say about the number one. We already talked about it. So guys, if you watched that video, we kind of went into that a little bit.
We're not talking about the 1990s folklore every company blames when they want to dodge accountability. This is mid to late 2010s. Trainee culture at a major label ecosystem. Being made to learn advanced routines fast and learned by being hit? I'm done. Literally, I'm done. They were literally minors. Getting struck for messing up dance practice isn't strict, it's assault. The industry loves saying we don't do that now. Prove it. Put a zero physical contact clause in every trainer contract and make it public. Install anonymous third-party reporting lines for trainees with guaranteed response windows. Quarterly compliance audits that actually test whether the rules exist beyond a PDF on someone's laptop. And when an idol goes on record about getting hit, don't trot out the different era speech, offer an apology, outline what changed and give dates. We stopped in 2000XX. Here's the memo. Here's the new policy. Here's who got fired. That's how you rebuild trust. Not with group selfies after practice. Idols dropping, oh yeah, we got hit in training on a live stream isn't bravery. It's a symptom of how rotten the culture is. They're not terrified of managers because that cruelty isn't treated like a scandal inside the industry. It's treated like tradition. Getting smacked,
Yeah,
starved,
they kind of
screamed
like
at.
trauma bonded. So the way they're talking about it, it's very lighthearted now. But probably then it was not an easy moment for them to go through.
That's discipline. That's paying your dues. So when idols mention it casually, it's not because they're exposing the company with a whistleblower's fury. It's because they've been
The
marinated in
thing
this environment.
is that you see like these artists right now that undergone this type of training, maybe one day they want to open their own company.
And it will be the same thing.
And
Yeah.
it'll be a
The-
same,
the-
same thing. And
The
those
tradition
practices
is
will
gonna
go
continue.
on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Long enough to believe it's just another funny war story. Like remember when coach made us run laps? Except here it's grown adults hitting minors because the choreography wasn't sharp enough, and fans eat it up. You see a clip of Soobin or Taehyun saying yeah we got hit and the reaction isn't just outrage that this still happened in the 2010s, it's also sympathy, our poor baby, he suffered so much for us. It's also happening with V Cha's rebrand. That pity translates into stronger attachment, more loyalty, even sales, so the system doesn't change. Abuse stories don't hurt idols' market value. If anything, they boost it by fueling the suffering artist narrative. It's exploitation with a fan-friendly coat of paint. The normalization is so deep.
Yeah, I can see that because I feel like, oh, you've gone through something and you get sympathy for that. You know, you get attention for that. Like, who wants to
True.
hear? Because honestly,
You're right. You're
the
right. So
artists that have
manipulation,
like
yeah.
a easy kind of going, no trauma in their career, I don't think they're like the biggest artists. They kind of
I
get
don't
by.
think so.
Yeah.
I think
'Cause the more trauma, the more interesting of an artist you become.
that,
So
and also
so
I
alone.
think the more trauma, the more that you become better.
Mm,
Like it's not the right way to get you to get better, but I do think you become better
mm.
because
Why do you think that is?
there's someone to hold you accountable, and the punishment is
Because
physical.
you feel kind of like life or death.
It's yes, you scared. I'm
Yeah.
not so again. I'm not saying it's right, but like if your coach is if there's no repercussion for you to fucking up,
Mm-hmm.
you will keep fucking up.
Mm-hmm.
There has to be
you won't
repercussion.
give more,
You
won't
you will
give
not get
all-
better.
won't
You
give
will not get
all.
better. Yeah, the repercussion of
Mhm.
getting whooped. It's not the right repercussion, but
Mm.
if there is no repercussion,
Yeah.
you're just like, oh, just keep that. Especially again sitting here on the high horse judging about, oh, okay, the situation was, I can think of now, the 18-hour shift. We saw the Say My Name did 18-hour shift. So we sitting here, oh my god, well, I'm not me, but a lot of people on Twitter, oh, how hard they work, so they shouldn't be working this hard. Yeah, if they wouldn't be working this hard, they wouldn't be idols. So I think this is the same thing. Like you have to put in 18 hours. The repercussion of, okay, let me slack off. 18 is too much. You know what? We are Gen Z. Gen Z don't work like that. Gen Z works 6 hours a day. Cool. And then you end up being not an idol. You end up being, I don't know what you are. So that's the repercussion. Those people usually don't make it, or if they make it, they might bounce around from a group to a group, from reality show to reality show, and never make it because they don't put in enough effort. Because they just don't have it. You have to persevere through whatever they put you through, and it's not easy. Whether it's physical punishment, some sort of other punishment, I don't know, but you have to persevere.
Deep that even idols themselves deliver it like casual banter, because that's how the culture trained them to frame it. You don't say I was abused, you say we got hit for messing up. It keeps managers safe, it keeps the company safe, and it gives fans another reason to stand harder. Everyone wins, except the kids who lived it. That's why you'll never see managers running in to muzzle idols who bring it up. The cruelty has been so sanitized, it isn't a PR risk anymore. It's just another bullet point in the idol struggle starter pack. But does anybody care? No, not when Lisa dropped Dream.
Also, I think that's why kind of the people nowadays are so soft, like in the sense that they didn't grow up getting whooped, so like they didn't really have like any negativity in their life. I think a
Oh.
lot of people, like obviously the kids that are poor, they went through shit. So the kids that come from the streets, they're
I
strong.
think not even soft is just very sheltered.
That's what I mean by that.
Cause
Soft.
cause if you don't know what it's like to not have anything,
Yeah, that's what I mean by soft. Like you never really faced any hardship, whether it's a financial hardship, whether it's like somebody's abusing you, bullying you. So that's what I mean. So when they go on Twitter and somebody calls them ugly, we here sitting here, oh my God, somebody called an idol ugly. That's the worst you ever
yeah,
dealt with in your life.
yeah,
Somebody said you ugly.
it's not the end of the
Like
world.
this is just ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
Like somebody said you, and then people in the comment, oh, it's just hate speech to call someone ugly. Did you not go to school? Did you like not
There's
live on the
worse
streets?
hate speech
That is
than that.
nothing. Like getting called ugly, it's laughable. Like it is so meaningless to me that somebody, like if somebody comments on your look, it's like who cares?
Like imagine if this is your
It's-
first trauma, then that's
That's
their hardship.
but that's what I'm saying. People are soft because they didn't really go through the real shit. That getting called ugly is like makes them
I
hurt.
guess like going through a character building kind of exercise
Yes.
that prepare
Yes.
for
All
the real world, because outside is not as pretty as you think. Never
Yeah.
will nurture your feelings or care about how you feel.
I do wonder, like these people that are like upset by getting called ugly, not by getting called by idols getting called ugly, like how old are they? Because if we have like 30-year-old people that are upset by that, then I'm surprised by 30 years, how you didn't deal with hard. I guess you're lucky in that sense. But if they're like kids, I understand. Parents shelter them, I get it. But I feel like sheltering is one thing, but at some point, the kid kind of has to prepare for real life. Because you, as a parent, you eventually gonna die. The kid is gonna live on. How the kid is gonna live and you're not there to shelter them? So
Because I feel like their response is a reflection of how they would feel if they were called that. And if that's your response, then you don't know really how to handle or address situations like this.
and I think those idols. Now that I think about it, the ones that got hit, I think they're not really bothered by the social media getting called or anything. I think fans more bothered than them. I don't think they. If you got hit, somebody calling you ugly is nothing. That's whatever. I don't give a fuck. So I think, yeah,
I think it's not just being called ugly. I think if it's like something that they can figure out, like, oh, that's the person's insecurity.
yeah,
Because
because
someone can still feel insecure, and if you know that it's insecurity and expose it, then you can really do damage.
Lisa's MV dream. We didn't react to it. Not going to react to it. We don't react to Lisa, so we're gonna skip this.
Honestly, the way speaking of film analysis, believe it if you want, but call it what it is. Speculation doing laps on Twitter. Speaking of delusion, Papa YG popped up again with another one of those announcement videos. And honestly, the way he keeps doing this is giving full JY
That's
Poppy
it for
cosplay.
the
Old
cat.
man clinging to the spotlight.
I think that's the person whose fan cap they're using. That's their anthem.
Through his kids. Anyway, here's what he spilled. Treasure are kicking off their so-called second act with the EP Love Pulse on September 1st. For retro-inspired tracks including Everything as the title, they've got a monster tour lined up from October to May, with stadiums and domes booked. Baby Monster? Messy as usual, Hot Sauce got removed from the EP and downgraded to a special single. Their mini got delayed from October 1st to October 10th because of the Korean Thanksgiving Day. Now it's called We Go Up with 4 tracks. The title's even getting 2 music videos, because apparently one wasn't enough to prove a point. They also filmed a whole reality show called Baemon House dropping in September, and YG flexed that 90% of next year's songs are already done. Like that means anything when. Execution has always been their problem. Then came the Blackpink part, which was just pathetic.
Oh,
3
yeah.
years and they haven't.
Why did he have to say they're 98% done? Now we're waiting for it. Like, there's no excuse for it to be late.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, he felt like saying it.
Haven't even finished an EP. YG literally said hopefully by November. Hopefully, girl by 5. Supergroups look
I
genius on
was surprised also by the way he kind of said, "Oh, he's not that he said, oh yeah, I'm hoping it will be done by the end of November." Like it wasn't like a confidence. How like
It's
with,
not in his control.
like with Baby Monster, he said, "Oh, 98% is done." Like
Yeah.
for next
'Cause
year,
he's
oh,
in
we ready, we
control.
ready.
Yeah.
Here it's like, "Oh, I'm hoping it will be done."
Yeah, because he's not in control. It's
Hoping.
like, when, okay, you're like a dad and your girls are grown and they kind of run the show.
Yeah,
So you're kind of
yeah.
like, well, whatever they finish.
Yeah, you're like,
really."
I'm hoping, what can I really do?
Yeah.
What can I
I
do?
just paid the bill.
Yeah.
on a pitch deck and train wreck on a stage. By throwing 7 A-listers into one unit, you're not building a team, you're babysitting brands with egos, schedules, and fan bases that all expect main character treatment. Case in point. Got the beat, you've got Boa, Tion, Hyo, Wendy, Sulgi, Karina, Winter, 7 performers who are used to being the focal point. The music then gets built like a to-do list. Throw in a high note, random rap, clunky dance break, double bridges, then more high notes, if you could even call them that. The girls were straight up screaming, none of it breathes, none of it builds. The result is a circus stapled to a chorus, performance-wise. The problems are baked in, vocally. Everybody's screaming in the same range, so instead of blending you just get one big wall of noise. Lines aren't given out based on who sounds good, they're assigned by name recognition, that's why. You end up with 3 people yanking on the same high note like it's tug-of-war at summer camp. There's no space, no pacing, just wall-to-wall maximalism that flattens dynamics. And the stage? Pure chaos. The camera is playing musical chairs because they keep swapping centers every 5 seconds. The acting faces aren't expressive, they're competitive, everyone's fighting to outsmirk or outsquint each other. Formations reset so often it feels like a TikTok transition reel instead of choreography. When everyone's the main, nobody's in charge, the director turns into a traffic cop waving divas through an intersection. Practice reality? Even uglier, these idols don't train together. They fly in from their other groups, rehearse for like 2 weeks tops, then hit the stage. That's why the cutoffs are ragged, vibratos clashing and everyone's doing their own little stylistic flourishes that don't match. Choreo is jam-packed with power moves back-to-back because it's designed for screenshots, not groove. And don't even start online distribution, multiple fandoms sitting with calculators, screaming my fave only got 7.2 seconds. So instead of writing an actual song, producers just panic add bridges and throw in a rap because the rapper needs something. Can a supergroup actually work? Sure, but only if you stop treating it like the Avengers of K-pop and start treating it like an ensemble. Pick one person to carry the track, not all 7 at once, one big high note, not 5 people shrieking on top of each other. Hand out lines based on tone and range, not clout. Build actual harmonies and contrast, not a dogpile of belts. On stage, stop the hot potato with the center position, let vocalists sing while dancers actually dance, and please end the checklist mentality. If you want everyone to shine, rotate subunits per song instead of trying to fit 7 solos into one chorus.
Yeah, the super groups, you know what I was thinking while she was talking about it? The NBA. Super teams in the NBA they also don't work out really. It's just
I don't know, everyone have in their mind they want to see all their faves together.
you want to see all them because you think the best player is gonna do the best. It doesn't work out like that
No.
because the team
That's why everyone is essential.
everybody plays a role in the team. There's only one person, maybe
Only
two.
one Beyonce
Yes,
at a time.
one person, maybe 2 people that are the stars. The rest, they're not the stars. They're not meant to be the stars. They're meant to be role players. But they are crucial to the team. I don't mean when I say role players, I don't mean to diss them or put them down. No, a role player is crucial to the team. It's a glue person. They glue that team. They bring it's like salt when you cook. Put this just a little bit of salt and brings the flavors out. It's the same thing. Just that good glue person glues the team together. That makes the stars even bigger stars than they are solo. So honestly, I think that's the problem with Blackpink. We have 4 wannabe stars. We don't have a glue person. There is not one glue person in the group, and that's when they get on this. When they do solo, they're great, and they get 4 people on the stage. One don't really want to dance. Another don't know how to dance. The third also don't want to dance. It's kind of there isn't that glue person, you know.
Guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord, and as always, share as much kindness as possible.